My name is Owen Mogul, and this is the history of me. In the bottom left, you can see the timeline I will be using that shows the events I will be covering in the slideshow, starting all the way back at the American Revolution, which ended in 1776, and dates all the way up to COVID, which was in March of 2020. The American Revolution. On July 4th, 1776, America earned its freedom after a long and but on July 4th, 56 men signed the Declaration of Independence, which represented the new country of the United States of America. How does this affect me? Well, I was born in Texas, which is one of the 50 states in the USA. And my life would have been very different if I wasn't born in the USA. USA culture has highly affected my life. Birth. On July 30th, 2009 at 8:16 a.m., Leslie Nicole Hopkins Mogul gave birth to her third child at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston, Texas. This baby was me. I was the youngest of three, with my two older siblings being 5 and 6 when I was born. They were at attendance at my birth. My mom and dad were both 40. This would be the last child they would have together. Eloise. In May of 2010, my parents were alarmed by a kitten running around our neighborhood, but they thought nothing of it until it ended up in our backyard. My parents couldn't leave it there, so they lured it into a crate with food and captured it. We took the kitten to the vet, expecting it to be filled with diseases or sicknesses, but it turned out to be very healthy. My sister, who was 6 then, begged my parents to keep the cat, and my parents gave in. My sister wanted to name it Eloise after her favorite character from a book at its time. For the past 15 years, Eloise and I have grown up together and been with each other since day one. We are only 8 months apart in age. This is a picture of her 15 years ago, and this is a picture of her now. And this is us. It's her with the filter, and that's her when she was a kitten. Start of first grade. In August 2016, I started elementary at the Fay School in Houston, Texas. This started a new chapter in my life, and I met many lifelong friends along the way. I attended the school until 5th grade when I graduated, but getting there wasn't so easy. I had many roadblocks along the way, such as Hurricane Harvey. In August of 2017, a terrible hurricane hit Houston, resulting in many deaths and many injuries. As many houses were being flooded, my house was one of them. We had to live in a hotel for 2 weeks after our house was flooded. This was huge for my family because the water that flooded our house was sewer water. After the flood hit, my parents we completely redid our floors and redid our entire first floor of our house. Even in the darkest of times, you can push through and get over it. In the final slide, COVID. I divided this into 3 segments, which is the 3 different years of COVID's lifetime. 2020, COVID strikes. This was the first year of COVID-19, and it hit me the hardest. I was in 4th grade when we all heard about an extra spring break week. I was overloaded with joy as I had no clue what the situation was until my entire school had to shut down. We entered online school. I enjoyed online school. It was easy, and to be honest, I played video games with my friends the entire time. 2021, how we changed. This was the start of my 5th grade year, and my school was peculiar. We all had see-through air blockers on our desk, and we all had to wear masks. This wasn't very enjoyable for me, but I adapted and pushed through. Aftermath. This was COVID's final ride. In March of this year, Emory destroyed the mask policy, and we didn't have to wear masks anymore. The quarantine was for 1 week if you tested positive, and then life was normal-ish. But then after a couple months, life was just like before.